All right, so we would like to try to parametrize a circle in the clockwise direction instead of the counterclockwise direction. So just to summarize what we did in the previous video or in class, we can obtain equations of parametric equations for circles, for a path along a circle that's centered at 0, 0 in the counterclockwise direction with a radius of r, so the one that's drawn. I'm going to let the angle be represented by the parameter t, and we know that our parametric equations that we obtained are x of t, when the circle centered at the origin, is r cosine of bt, and y of t will be r sine of bt. The meaning of that letter b is the number of cycles that we can complete in one period, in 2 pi radians. And so if we know the period, we can find b by taking 2 pi, dividing by b, and setting that equal to the period. So that's really important. So that's 1. When we have a circle centered at the origin in the counterclockwise direction, radius r. Now, if it's centered elsewhere, we just shift those 2 equations. So if it's centered at 0, x0, y0, x of t we'll add x sub 0 to our equation, r cosine of bt. And for y of t, we will add y sub 0. Again, these are parametric equations that take us along on a path around the circle in the counterclockwise direction. Now, what if we want to go in the clockwise direction? Well, we have to think about this a little bit. So here I have a circle, I'm right here, centered at the origin for now, with an angle t. And if I want to go in the clockwise direction instead, then what I'd like to do is, instead of going positive angle, I'm going to go a negative angle in this direction. We know that if we go clockwise, we will have a negative angle, right? We first start with a negative angle, so our path would look like this. It would go clockwise, which means that instead of evaluating x of t, I'm going to see what we get when we put in a negative t into our equation. And same thing for y. Let's see what we get when we put in a negative t into our equations that we already have. So just for simplicity at first, let's start with, suppose that our circle is centered at the origin and the radius is 1. So let me specify here that we'll assume the center is 0, 0 and the radius of our circle is 1. So that would mean that we would have to find x of t equals cosine of negative bt, right? If we put in negative t into our equation up here, but r is 1, then we have a negative bt, and we have to figure out what will sine of negative bt give us, right? Because now we're putting in a negative t so that we can go in the clockwise direction. So I've also drawn here a sketch of cosine theta. So we'll consider our x value for each point along the circle will be cosine of negative bt, where b is a constant. But the cosine function is an even function. That means it is symmetric over the y-axis. So if I put in a negative t, here I have a certain value of t, for example. Negative t would be on this side, and we can see that the y values are exactly the same, because cosine is even means that we can fold a piece of cosine over the y-axis and get its image. So that means that, actually this should be x of negative t, I'm sorry about that. This is what we were working with, right? So that means that x of negative t is the same as x of t, because x is a cosine function, it's even, so our parametric equation rotating in the clockwise direction for our x-coordinate will just be cosine of bt, since the cosine of negative bt is the same as the cosine of positive bt, and that's because the cosine function is even. Now let's think about y. We were putting in a negative t, so we go in the negative direction, in the clockwise direction, and we have sine of negative bt. Again, we can ignore b for now. That just has an effect on the period. All right, so what does this mean? Well, here's a sketch of the sine function. I'm going to place a positive t here and a negative t on the other side of my x-axis, of my y-axis. Positive t has a coordinate that's positive. Negative t is going to go down here. Now, the sine function is odd. It has symmetry over the origin. So the coordinates of this point are t, f of t, and the coordinates of this point are negative t and negative f of t, or f of negative t. In other words, f of negative t, when I put in a negative value, is the opposite of f of t. They're opposites, right? One is above the x-axis, one is below. And so that means that y of t, y of negative t, since y is a sine function, is negative y of t. And so this has to become a negative sine of bt, right? So y of t will be negative sine of bt. That's because sine is an odd function. So y of negative t is the opposite of y of t, and so our parametric equation will be y of t is negative sine of bt, because this negative has moved in front of sine. Let's summarize that. In case that wasn't very clear, let's summarize it. We've got our two parametric equations. I'm going to do this in pink. Circle centered at 0, 0 in the clockwise direction with radius r will be x of t is, same as before, r cosine bt, but y of t changes. When we put in a negative t, this will be negative r sine of bt. Again, the period is 2 pi over b. If we move the circle so that its centered is at x0, y0, the equations will shift just like they did above in the counterclockwise direction. So now we're going to add x sub 0 to r cosine of bt. And then for y of t, we're going to add y sub 0 to negative r sine bt. So the only thing that has changed when we go in the clockwise direction is our y. Our y changes from positive sine r of bt to negative sine r of bt. And that is because sine is an odd function and cosine is an even function. So when we put in a negative angle, cosine didn't change, but sine became negative. Now, let's apply these equations to a short example. Let's suppose that we want to give parametric equations for a circle of radius 10 that's centered at the origin, and we would like a clockwise orientation. So here's our circle, radius 10, and it's centered at the origin. So here's my origin, radius is 10. We want to start our path at 10, 0. So our path will begin here at the point 10, 0. But we want to travel the circle in a clockwise direction, so a clockwise orientation. And we're also told that we want to complete one cycle between t equals 0 and t equals 34. We should complete one path around the circle, one rotation around the circle. So let's start with our parametric equations. X of t, since we're centered at the origin, we'll just have r cosine of bt. And y of t, centered at the origin in the clockwise direction, will be negative r sine of bt. Well, we know r is equal to 10. So let's add that to the information that we have. So our two equations become x of t is 10 cosine of bt, and y of t is negative 10 sine of bt. And now what we have left to find is our value of b. Now, we know that b is the number of cycles that fit in 2 pi radians. So, in other words, the period that we want will be 2 pi divided by the value of b that we're looking for. The period is the amount of time that it takes to complete one cycle. We want to complete one cycle between t equals 0 and t equals 34. Imagine that we want to complete a cycle in 34 seconds. That means that the period is 34. That's how long it takes to complete one cycle. And so that's going to allow us to find our value of b. So if we cross multiply here, we have that 34b equals 2 pi. And our value of b is 2 pi over 34, or pi over 17. So let's write our equation. We'll check to make sure that we're correct. But our final two parametric equations, so final equations, will be x of t equals 10 cosine of b is pi over 17, and I'm going to show you how to check this, times t. Y of t is negative 10 sine of pi over 17t. Now, here's what we want to make sure that this is really working. We want, so let's do a check. We want, when t is 0, when we start our path, we want to start at the point 10, 0. Let's check that our two equations give us that. So, let's do it in green. I'm going to put in x of 0, 0 for t. My first equation will tell me that we have 10 cosine of pi over 17 times 0, which is 0. Cosine of 0 is 1, so that gives me 10. We're in good shape because we want the x-coordinate to be 10. Let's find what we get for y of 0. Y of 0 is going to give us negative 10 sine of 0, because pi over 17 times 0 is 0. Sine of 0 is 0, so sure enough, that's 10, 0, and that works. Now, let's check what happens when we complete the cycle. So is it the case that when t is 34, we've gone all the way around? Let's check how we might know this. When we put in 34 for t, we get 10 for x cosine of pi over 17 times 34. Look, this gives us 2 pi. That's what we want, because then we know that we've gone a full circle around. Cosine of 2 pi is 1, so this gives us 10. So yeah, it looks like we're going to end where we need to end, right? We need to end at the same spot, 10, 0. Let's check that y gets us there also. Y of 34 is going to give us negative 10 sine of 2 pi also, because it's pi over 17 times 34. And that's also going to give us 0, so sure enough, we end at 10, 0. Now I'll leave it to you to check in some other angles, some other values of t, to see that we're in fact going in the clockwise direction. But the one last thing that we need is we need the parameter interval for our problem. The parameter interval is the values of t that will give us the full cycle. And that is that t will have to be between 0 and 34 to get us all the way around the circle. So our two parametric equations are given here, x and y. In the clockwise direction, we see that we change that to a negative, change the y value to negative, and our parameter interval is from 0 to 34.